So the intro to this video totally got wiped from my camera. I don't know where it went. I looked for it in several different places, but I cannot find it. But anyways, today we're going to be building a Dior saddlebag, quotation marks. This is from popsewing.com. I checked them out and I was really excited to see like the types of things that they had on there, and I got this saddlebag just to because I have one, so I was gonna see what this one looked like and compare it to that one. And I also really like doing crafts and stuff like that, so this is gonna be really fun for me. They send you everything you need. They send you the needles, the thread, they send you a pair of scissors. The only thing they don't send you is glue and lighters, but they said that they couldn't do that because they can't be shipped. But here are all the pieces right here. It comes in several pieces. It comes with the hardware and the leather pieces. So this is the first step. You're gonna take this little magnetic strip and then sew it down to this flat part right here. The second step is to sew on this half circle moon kind of shape to the flap that we just sewed the little magnetic piece onto. Okay, so the next stitching part is they want us to stitch right here, but not stitch them together. And then after that, I need to stitch this other side along the same part and then put these together like this. Right there. Like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. While I'm sewing this, I just wanted to say a little something about like where I've been, what my plans are. So I guess let's start with the year of January. That was probably the longest month I've ever experienced in my life. A lot happened in January. I took some time off during the holidays, Christmas and New Year's. I just spent, you know, as much time as I could with my family. So after New Year's, I immediately packed up and went with my sister to her house for about 4 days. And after that, me and my dad, we went to work. The reason I went to my sister's house is because she stayed home for the New Year's party because she didn't want to miss it, but Tyler had to go back to work. So he took her car home and then I took her back to her house. I mean, it worked out fine just because the job that we had to do was closer to her house anyway. So that was fine with me. They added a couple more things on while we were already down there, which is, that's fine. It's whatever. Might as well do it while we're already down there. The morning of, I think it was the 8th, I woke up and everything was perfectly normal and fine. And then all of a sudden I started getting this like cramping feeling in my kidney and it just kept getting worse and worse. And it got so bad that I threw up. I was literally on the floor. Dad, you gotta take me to the hospital. Like, something is really wrong. And he was like, no, you're fine, you're fine. So I called my sister and I said, Shai, something is really wrong with me. My kidney hurts so bad that I just threw up. And she was like, sounds like you're really dehydrated. I was like, okay, what do I do? And she was like, well, go get some Tylenol and get an electrolyte and drink that. And so that's what I did. Then I drank a whole 1 liter thing of water from Body Armor. It, like, the pain went away and I was feeling fine. I come home after all of that and then I'm like home for a couple of days and then we start getting these messages from the family group chat that, you know, our grandpa isn't doing too well. Mom heads down there Sunday and then she's like, you should come down too. So I go down there. I drive to my sister's house first just because everyone's at my grandparents' house, so I didn't want to like bombard them. But then me and my sister drive to their house together, and on our way there, we get a text message that, you know, he passed away. So when we get there, we kiss him goodbye and we just tell him that we love him and stuff like that, and then they come and take him away. We spend the next couple of days at my mama's house just talking to everybody, you know, just helping my mama around the house and stuff. That's what I do for most of January. And then February 1st comes around, which is the day of my grandpa's funeral. It wasn't like a normal funeral because my grandparents are Catholic, so it was a memorial service and a memorial mass. Oh, I totally forgot to tell y'all that pain I was feeling in my kidney, that was a kidney stone. So anyway, I passed a kidney stone some point after I got home from, it was still early January when that happened. Hey, don't recommend that. That was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. I was on my knees begging God to like make it stop. It was that bad. Finish this piece right here while I was talking. Hey, that went really quickly while I was talking. And so now I'm just gonna burn this little, where I cut off the excess, I'm just gonna burn that real quick so it doesn't come undone. Okay, perfect. If y'all can see in the background, I've got some new stuff back there. This painting, those paintings, I've got a table back there, and then I also finally got a mirror to replace that one that I broke. So that is what happened to me the last month and a half. They're delicious. It's like drinking, if you put like a cake in a blender, that's what it tastes like to me. I'm going to get some shape here. You can kind of see. Some of these pieces are magnetic. Can you say magnetic? What time is it? It's only 12:10. I still got an hour. I can get pretty far with this, and then when I get my hair cut, I'll come back and finish it. Basically, what I wanted to say is that I'm sorry that I haven't been posting very much. I saw that like a couple people had unsubscribed, and I don't know if it's because I'm not posting enough or if I'm like they think I'm posting too much or what, but I'm gonna try to really get onto a consistent schedule now that all that stuff is, you know, behind me. I hope that it works out. Next piece. So it's hard to see, but I just stitched both sides right here at the top, and now it's time to take these flaps right here and sew them together. Back from getting my hair cut. I look like a completely different person now. But anyway, let's continue on making this bag. So, what I left off was this saddle-shaped flap right here. These are sewn together. This is all sewn right here. This is sewn here. Next step is to, oopsie, here's the magnets on that one. I don't know why, but next step is to sew along here. Just sew that, and then something exciting, we're gonna sew this onto here. Now, which way does this go? I don't know. I could go grab my other one just to look at it to see. Okay, I just finished these two pieces right here. They're all stitched together. Right. This one's stitched together. Okay, so this next part is a little confusing to me. So, this is the flap that you like close, and I'm pretty sure it goes like this, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm gonna look at the instructions one more time and then see what they say to do. Okay, so this is how it goes. And you have this piece right here on the back, and then this piece is gonna come out of here like this, and then connect. I guess that's why it's magnetic, because these two connect together. And then this piece is gonna come out of the same place right here. So now I'm gonna get to work on sewing this all together right here, and then when I get to it, I'm gonna put these in here and sew those in there as well. Now I have this piece done, so I almost said screwed. I sewed this together right here, and then all along the bottom right here. The flap on top of the bag, and it's gonna sit like this on top of it. Okay. So now on to another step. If you asked me what was next, I just wouldn't know. Okay, I totally misread the instructions. So you're supposed to sew all the way up to right here on both sides. So let me get that done and then I'll be right back. Okay, this is where things get a little tricky because now it's time to put this onto the flaps. So there's 2 extra holes on either side. It's kind of hard to see because it's black, but there's 2 extra holes on either side. So you need to make sure that this is going in between both of the holes with 1 extra on each side, because what you're gonna do is start the loop right here at the end, fish it through, and then come back and then put it through the extra hole in the end for extra support. Okay, there we go. Now it's starting to look like something. Can y'all see it now? It's cute, right? The next step is to take these 2 pieces right here and sew along the insides, like this Nike check mark, to sew along the inside of it. And when you're doing this, make sure that the pieces that go on the inside, they're on the outside right now, because it's gonna flip open like this. Like that, basically. So make sure that when you're sewing these together, make sure you're sewing them front to front and the backs are out. So I put the stitching across the top of this piece right here. So that's done. And then if y'all remember, I did this piece last. So this is together. And now they want me to take these pieces and then these pieces, this and then this right here, and sew them all together. Now I'm going to take this little piece right here and put it through this piece right here on the D. And then basically do the exact same thing I just did, but on this piece right here. So here's this piece that's done now. Here is the second piece that I just finished. Now this one's got some funk to it. Now that these 2 things are done, I imagine it's time to do something hard. So we take this, fold it open, and then put this on it, like this right here. This is just as I feared. It's time to do this whole bottom piece now. So there's a large hole right here in the middle, so that way you know where the center is. And you're gonna line it up where you created this crease earlier, like this. It's gonna be like this, actually. Because what they don't want it to be like this. They want it to overlap like this. So, got my thread ready. And this is a very, very long piece of thread. And I'm gonna break it up by this half, and then I'll do another thread this long on the other side for the other half. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this part right here is really hard. This curved part, so you can see that this isn't very tight right here. And it keeps unraveling while I'm sewing it together. Like right here, you can see how it's coming apart. And I don't know how to keep it together. I've tried to clamp this flat back so it's out of the way at least. So that made it a little bit easier, but I don't know how to hold these 2 pieces together. And it's like they're having a hard time lining up because this has to flip completely this way and this has to also come this way like this. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I'm gonna finish it. And even if the stitches are coming out a little bit, maybe I can put like a small stitch right here and just really tightly close it up just to keep it together. I mean, it's sturdy, but the stitches are hanging out, so that's like not very cute. But here's where I'm at so far. I did have to take a day off doing this because I was seeing it when I closed my eyes, so I felt maybe I need just a second. So I'm gonna try to finish this, and then I have to do the exact same thing on the other side with this. And then this is the back panel that goes right here along this side, and it's gonna be a pocket. So the top part luckily doesn't have to be stitched because I already stitched it. So this is definitely the longest part of this bag, the longest and the hardest part. So I'm gonna get back to it. Just wanted to give you a little update on how I was feeling about this. The quality is great. The leather's good. All the, I almost said ingredients, but all of the tools that they give you is good. It's just, this is most definitely user error right here. And as you can see, I kind of got it better right here, so I don't know. Maybe it'll turn out fine.
Day 23! Give it up for day 6,000!
Okay, I just put the last stitch on this side, so it's stitched from right here, all the way down here, all the way over here, and all the way up to right here. So you can kind of see, like, this is how it's gonna look now. Cool, so now we gotta do the other side. And that's gonna be really difficult because I'm gonna have to sew through 3 pieces of leather, right? This one, and then that one. So, let's do it. Okay, I just finished sewing the whole bag. So the whole thing is sewn together, and it's, don't look too closely. Don't look too closely at it. You know what I'm saying? So now the only thing I have left is this handle right here. This is the only thing I have left, so I have to stitch the whole way. I have to stitch the whole thing. And it's gonna go on right here, like so. Okay, you guys get where it's going. So I need to do that real quick. And then that'll be the last thing. I was getting a little nervous with the thread. They were like very specific with like how much thread you should use, and I just used probably like double the amount that they said to use, but there seems to be plenty left on here. Hands, low-key about to start bleeding. Especially right here and where I'm holding the needles. That was very painful. I'll go over more of this in the end, but some spots I just couldn't get tight. So that's what it looks like. But I mean, overall it's pretty good. Overall, I would say it's pretty good. Okay. Shaking, fingers maybe a little bit bleeding. I finally finished it. Ta-da! Thank God, thank the Lord, and thank Jesus that this long strap right here was already stitched. I didn't have to do anything to it. I just attached it on there. But let's get into this. For the foot shot, the last one. So here's the bag done. You can put this on to have a longer strap if you want to do crossbody, or you can put it underneath your arm if you want to use the short strap. This is magnetized right here, so when you close it, this magnets together. And then here's what it looks like when you open it. Cool. And then here's the back of it, where here's the pocket. So you have a pocket on the back, that's awesome. Here's what it looks like, just regular. So this is really, it's really cute. I would say like if you're not trying to do it for a video and like you're doing it for fun, then it would be really fun, but if you're like in a rush to get it done, it's kind of awful because it's like, one, you're rushing and it's supposed to be like fun, but two, like if you don't have gloves, like the little thimble thing that they sent, it didn't fit my fingers, obviously, because I have huge fingers. So my fingers hurt really bad. So I would recommend getting some kind of gloves. It'll take a couple of days to do this because I was seeing it in when I closed my eyes, I was seeing the bag and stitching just because it's so repetitive. But I honestly really recommend checking out popsewing.com and seeing all the other things that they have on there. And if y'all like this video, I will do another one. I'll put myself through this again. If y'all want to see me do another one, they've got and they've got things like that. So if y'all want to see me do this again, just let me know. Leave your comments down below. If you've done this before, let me know which one you did. If you did the saddle one, let me know as well. And yeah, I hope that you guys have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Bye.